In July of this year, after completing my language training and a study of the interior cities of the state of Ceará, we moved out of the big city of Fortaleza and into a smaller interior city of Croatá. The city of Croatá is located to the far east of the state, and it's the home of about 10,000 people. It is the county seat for another 10,000 people who live in the other 6 districts. The people here love their green city as they follow certain laws for gardening and the street cleaning practices that beautify this unique interior city to be what we consider the beautiful oasis of the desert of Ceará. Surprisingly enough, though, Christian churches are scarce and less than 2% of the people are believers. But the city is growing quickly and many cult-type churches are moving in, so we want to get the truth into the homes as soon as possible.
Ela entende matemática.
É?
Vai.
Tudo? Ela entende. Vocês pode falar inglês?
Não, não.
Não?
Então ajude nós.
Joga! Joga futebol.
Ei, Márcio! Vem ela. Fala aí.
In the past 5 years, we have averaged living in a different city and house every year, but we are relieved to know the next 5+ years will be spent in Croatá. Our house is in a great location, and it has been instrumental in building our closest relationships. It is a bit more rustic than we had planned, but we are learning to keep the birds and scorpions out. Our greatest need was to find a place to live in Croatá so that we could start building friendships and trust, and that is what is happening. As we meet people daily, we often get the "so you are the Americans" look, and they often ask, why would Americans come to live in Croatá? We politely explain that we are looking to teach the Bible to people who want to know more about God's Word, and that we work with a Christian radio station out of Nova Husis. It is good to hear that almost everyone we meet is familiar with this station, and some listen to it on a constant basis. Currently, we have 2 children's clubs, and they are growing because the kids bring their friends. We play games, sing songs, and have a Bible lesson. These kids are currently memorizing 5 verses from the Wordless Book in order to earn a Portuguese Bible for kids. Many of them have already received their Bible and are using it to study the next group of verses that we have. Please pray for these kids, as most of them are studying God's Word for the first time. But the adversary has many distractions to keep them from knowing God's plan for their lives. Early after the new year, we would like to start some adult Bible studies in the book of John. Some of these studies may very well stem from these 2 clubs.
Earlier in August, we had the privilege of hosting our first short-term missions team, which included my parents. Darden Presbyterian Church set a team of 6 people to perform 4 tasks in just a week's time. The first task was to install a water treatment system at Pitambeda's church camp in Nova Husis. Some of the camps in the past had left many campers sick from drinking the filthy water.
It's been a year and a half now since this river's run.
In just over 1 day, the 2,000-liter system was successfully installed, tested, and the personnel was trained.
É fácil? Não é difícil, né?
The next 2 days consisted of 2 evangelistic children's meetings in the towns where we currently have church plants started. Colorful soccer balls and pieces of flannel were used to tell the gospel message. The churches will then follow up with those who attended and those who have made decisions of faith. The last task was a children's meeting in our own town of Croatá. It was a real grand finale for us as we were introduced to over 100 of our town's children. This meeting gave us many of the context that we have today, and not only did it introduce the town to us, but maybe more importantly, it introduced us to the somewhat hesitant townfolk. So what is going on now? Well, in December we're planning a short furlough trip to the U.S. Due to our visa situation, we can only leave Brazil for about 90 days at a time. So in 12 weeks we plan to attempt to visit all of our 10 supporting churches in Kansas, Missouri, Maine, and in Florida. Please visit our website for a rough schedule or send us an email if you'd like to visit with us during this time. It's going to be a big task to do all this during the Christmas and New Year's holidays, but we thank the Lord for the opportunity and we're excited and up for the adventure. So thank you for praying for us and giving to this work that the Lord has begun. It is great to know that He is working out His plan of salvation back home with you in the U.S. and with us here in Brazil, and even to the ends of the earth.